drop him 2 plays in a row, and it'll be 4th down. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. And taken right at the 35. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ray Lewis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll get this one off to Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. Taken in at the 11. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So here come the Lions now. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. K'Wan Short coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned the block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 5. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Mahomes trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Rodgers now to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers throwing again. He's got his man on the crossing route. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. And Boswell's kick is good. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Back to throw. Sanders. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively. And it'll be 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little boost, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Mahomes to throw on second down. The quick slant caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Antonio Brown from 8 yards out. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's McCoy. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think
looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ace! Ace! Z, Z, Z! Z, Z, Z!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On second down, it's McCoy, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready! Green, 39!
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCoy. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Mahomes now on the sneak, and he will push forward and pick up the first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side, able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
10th carry now for McCoy. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go.
Mahomes now to throw. He's gonna air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
Go, go, go.
To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, Jeremy Shockey, the intended receiver. Third down here.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Barry Sanders, a 20-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead here in the fourth.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had two previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here we go now.
Mahomes now on first down. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Chandler Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Now a man who's number 20 will live here forever. It's Barry Sanders. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Barry Sanders with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete on the deep ball. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And he comes back with one complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Mahomes now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now a desperate, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They go play action here on first down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
319!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
And a penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing.
It's one of them ones, man.